What's up guys? Today I put my hands on the brand new POCO F8 Ultra. This is the fully loaded 16+512 variant model in clean stealth black finish, and listen, POCO is aiming for proper flagship performance this year without the flagship price tag. So today we're going to unbox it, test it, and see if this beast really lives up to the hype. Roll the intro. First of all, inside the box you will find, so you got your paperwork SIM eject tool. This comes with a silicone case to get you started and a USB-A to Type-C charging cable. Unfortunately, no charger included in the box. Now let's talk price. So the POCO F8 Ultra 16+512 variant retails at around £649 or $699 depending on your region and early bird promos. And POCO usually throws in discounts during launch week, so you might even see that price drop even lower. And honestly, for POCO's top tier Ultra model, the pricing immediately looks like a threat to the big boys. Now let's talk design. Now the first impression, this black color hits different. It has a matte finish, almost graphite-like finish with a subtle sheen. It doesn't attract fingerprints, and the metal frame around the sides feels solid and premium. And the camera module, where have we seen that before? So surprisingly clean design, doesn't look cheap or oversized like some budget phones. It actually looks like something that costs a lot more. At 7.9mm thick and around 218 grams, it's slim, it feels balanced and very grippy. Honestly, POCO has stepped up their design game this year. Now, quick look at the ports. At the bottom we have loudspeaker, Type-C charging port and a SIM tray, and that is a dual 5G SIM tray, and you've got two antenna lines and a microphone. On the side we've got volume rocker, power button and two more antenna lines. On the other side we have two more antenna lines, and at the top of the phone we have our secondary loudspeaker with two more antenna lines, and the IR blaster is hidden within the camera module. And quick look at the SIM tray. It is a dual 5G SIM tray, and I believe this phone does also support eSIM, but no microSD expansion. Now let's check out that display. You are looking at a 6.9-inch AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, screen resolution 2608 by 1200 with a peak brightness of around 3500 nits, and you've got Dolby Vision support. The screen features multiple TUV Rhineland certifications for eye protection. The display also works if your fingers are wet using POCO's Wet Touch Display 2.0. Display is buttery smooth, colors are vivid, contrast is deep, and the viewing angles are excellent. This is absolutely flagship level viewing. Watching HDR content on YouTube and Netflix is crisp, smooth, and super vibrant. Touch response is snappy too, with 480Hz of touch sampling, which makes gaming feel instant. Also, the display supports 2560Hz instant touch sampling rate, which is activated under game turbo mode. So amazing flagship display here. Now let's talk performance. Now this phone is powered by Qualcomm's flagship chipset, the most powerful CPU for any Android phone right now. That's right, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 running on a 3nm process with 8 cores and clocked at 4.6 GHz. And for graphics we have the Adreno 840. Now combine that with 16 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM, the ability to extend that RAM using virtual RAM up to 16 gigs, giving you a total of 32 gigs of RAM, which is absolutely insane, and 512 gigs of UFS 4.1 storage. The phone feels very snappy, apps load fast, multitasking is seamless, and storage is super fast too. Whether you're gaming, editing video, or just hopping between heavy apps, performance is more than smooth, it's flagship class. And here are some benchmark results, starting off with Geekbench single core score 3460 and multi-core score a whopping 10,359. Now in 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme we achieved a total score of 7,240. In 3D Mark Solar Bay overall score 12,309, and in Steel Nomad Lite overall score 2,530. And finally Antutu benchmark scores 3.7 million. So impressive benchmark results. Later on in the video, I'm going to show you how this phone ranks in our top performing smartphone chart. Surprising results coming up later in the video. So that puts this phone in the same bracket as £1,000+ plus flagship smartphones. which is an impressive move by POCO. Now gaming is ridiculously good. You can play COD Mobile, Genshin Impact, PUBG, and they all run at high settings with no frame drops. Now thermals stay under control thanks to POCO's upgraded vapor cooling system. So let's go ahead and check out some gameplay. Now here are COD Mobile graphics settings. Maximum selectable graphics is max and max at the same time. The option for Ultra is there, and if you select it, it's going to drop the graphics down to medium. So these are the settings I'm going to proceed with. I have turned on frame rate adjustment and I've set it to 120. My thermal monitor is on and we're starting off with 32 degrees Celsius, no throttling at all. Let's play a full game of COD Mobile and check out the thermals at the end.
Enemy taking Bravo.
Alright, so after a full game of COD Mobile, you can see the temperature's gone up by 2 degrees, but no throttling, and so device operating normally. So very good gaming performance on ultra frame rate. Now let's talk cameras. This year, POCO has really leveled things up. You get a 50 megapixel main sensor, and the sensor is the Light Fusion 950, which is a brand new sensor which has only been seen in recent Xiaomi 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max series phones. And now the POCO F8 Ultra has it. So excited to share the performance. There is also a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto lens, and it's the Samsung JN5 image sensor, which is quite a newish sensor. The same sensor as seen in the Xiaomi 17, the Xiaomi 15T Pro, POCO F7 Ultra and the OnePlus 13R. And there is also a 50 megapixel ultra wide OmniVision OV50M sensor. And this is the same sensor that has been used in the Huawei Mate 70 and the Honor Magic 6 Pro and a few others. And on the front we have a 32 megapixel selfie camera. A quick walkthrough of the camera app. So we got Pro, video mode, and maximum resolution supported in video mode is 8K 30. That's with the rear camera. If we switch to the front camera, maximum resolution supported is 4K 30. Then we've got photo mode, and you can see the zoom options there. You've got your ultra wide, you've got your 2x, 5x, 10x, and then you could take that all the way to 100x zoom. Then you've got portrait mode, documents, and if you swipe up, you have a few more options to play around with. All right, so enough talk. Let's go ahead and check out the camera samples. So this is 8K video. $4K 60. $4K 30. Now the POCO F8 Ultra features a triple speaker setup with symmetrical stereo speakers tuned by Bose, and it's backed by an independent subwoofer, which is a very rare setup on a smartphone. Instead of two identical speakers, you're getting a true 2.1 style system that delivers clearer highs, wider stereo separation, and noticeable stronger bass. Movies, YouTube videos, and games sound fuller and more immersive, with dialogue that stays crisp and effects that carry more weight. Even everyday audio like podcasts and reels feel richer than a typical phone. POCO also includes two audio profiles, balanced for clean vocals and detail, and dynamic for extra punch and low end. Overall, it's one of the best speaker systems POCO has ever put in a smartphone.
Mason isn't just an assassin.
Other features to mention: this phone supports 5G, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth version 6, NFC, and there is an IR blaster built in too. Plus ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, which will unlock your phone even if your fingers are wet. It's got everything a modern flagship should have, and then some. If we talk about the battery, it's a 6,500 mAh cell. It easily lasts a full day even under heavy load. Now, and charging is where things get wild. This supports 100 watt wired hypercharge, and it also supports 50 watt wireless hypercharging. And you've also got 22.5 watt reverse charge capabilities in case you wanted to power another device. So bottom line, for power users, travelers, heavy gamers, this phone won't run out on you midday. Now let's talk about the software. The POCO F8 Ultra runs HyperOS version 3 based on Android 16, and the software experience is noticeably smoother and cleaner than older MIUI versions. Animations feel fast, app switching is quick, and the whole interface runs efficiently thanks to the lightweight system and powerful hardware underneath. HyperOS offers customization options, minimal bloat, and strong integrations within the phone's high-end features, whether that's the 120Hz AMOLED display, the triple camera system, or the fast charging. Now, this phone also features modern AI tools, good device connectivity features, and long-term update support. And according to POCO's latest public statements, the POCO F8 Ultra is slated to receive 4 major Android OS upgrades and 6 years of security patches. So overall, the software feels refined, stable, and optimized, giving you a flagship-level Android experience without the clutter. Now, we've already seen the benchmarks, so let's jump straight to DRM info, which shows Google Widevine level 1, and it also confirms over here the HDR types supported. So we've got Dolby Vision, HDR10, HDR10 Plus, and HLG, and you can see the supported refresh rates. Now here is CPU-Z, where you can check out the clock speeds, and you can see at the bottom there we are running the Adreno 840. And in the internal disk speed test, this phone achieves read speeds of 1557 and write speeds of 714 megabytes per second. Alright, now the moment of truth. To give you guys an idea of how this phone ranks, here is my top performing smartphone chart of 2025, showing you the latest smartphones and seeing how they compare with each other. Now, all smartphones are ranked by Geekbench multi-core scores, so higher the score, faster the phone, and therefore higher it ranks on this chart. For some people who are not bothered about benchmarks, I've also given each phone a rating out of 100 based on the features, specs, and overall performance. So you'll be able to see exactly which phone is the most powerful on this chart, and also which phone overall is the best in terms of rating. And based on that, the POCO F8 Ultra actually managed to take position 2 on this chart with a Geekbench multi-core score of 10,359. So in benchmarks, the phone outperforms the Samsung S25 Ultra, the iPhone 17 series, the Vivo X300 Pro, and you can see the list goes on. So very impressive performance by this phone. Okay, and I've also given this phone an overall rating of 95 out of 100, which is a damn good score, guys. So there you have it, guys. That was the POCO F8 Ultra, and here are my thoughts. The POCO F8 Ultra delivers true flagship level performance thanks to its high-end chipset, fast RAM, and UFS 4.1 storage, making it incredibly capable for gaming, multitasking, and content creation. Its large 6.9-inch AMOLED display is bright, sharp, and immersive, ideal for media consumption and editing on the go. The triple 50-megapixel camera system, complete with a periscope zoom lens, gives you plenty of versatility for different shooting scenarios. Battery life is another strong point, supported by a massive 6,500 mAh cell, and when you do need to charge, The 100-watt wired and 50-watt wireless charging options top it up extremely quick. Now the Bose-tuned stereo speakers with a dedicated subwoofer adds a level of audio quality that stands out from most phones in this price range. HyperOS runs super smooth with minimal bloat, offering a clean and efficient software experience, and long-term OS and security updates gives this device a solid lifespan. So overall, the F8 Ultra delivers exceptional value for the specs it offers. Now let's talk about the caveats. The cameras, whilst they're very good and versatile, they don't quite reach the level of top-tier flagship shooters, especially when it comes to processing and low light consistency. But saying that, it's probably good enough for 90% of users out there. It's only going to be the nitpicking content creators and professional photographers that may find it a little under par. Another drawback is the battery drain during long or loud music or media sessions. The powerful stereo speakers with that subwoofer can consume more power when pushed at higher volumes. And the last one to mention, the charger is not included in the box. Unfortunately, you need to source your own 100-watt charger. So that pretty much sums up the POCO F8 Ultra. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button, sub to the channel if you're new, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss my next upload. And also, do let me know in the comments what device you want me to test next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.